With the advent of the new Echo Show 15, has Amazon sealed Google's fate once and for all? Amazon and Google have been at each other for a while, but guess who has benefited? If we pitched one of Google's Home Mini, an all-time favorite, against the new Echo Show 15, which would you go for? This is the Echo Show 15 versus the Google Home Mini. Let's get right into it. Design. This department of both devices in question is sharp in contrast. We are comparing a smart display to a smart speaker after all. It is a no-brainer that their designs will be different, thus reflecting concerns such as portability, space, and access. Let's start with the Google Home Mini. It has popularly been described as having the size of a donut, just without the hole and the doughy sweetness you can bite into. I guess this is the kind of donut that attends to your convenience and entertainment buds instead of your taste buds. Its size also means you can practically carry it with you anywhere and place it anywhere it is most convenient for you. It comes in 3 colors, chalk, charcoal, and coral, and can blend in with most surfaces it sits on. Google only began to incorporate a wall mount feature into its successor, the Nest Mini, so you won't find that in your Google Home Mini. The Google Home Mini was just designed to be simple, and it looks just that. There isn't much else except for a silicone base, a mute button on the side, and a micro USB port for charging. The Echo Show 15 setup, on the other hand, immediately comes off challenging the Google Home Mini on the most apparent features, size, and wall mount abilities. The Echo 15 is popularly associated with its picture frame presentation the way Google Home Mini is associated with its donut-looking description. As a smart display, the reason for its design is obvious, but at the end of the day, it is the size of the fight in the dog and not the size of the dog, right? In a moment, we will discover the size of the fight in these two by way of their functions, but just before that, price. When it comes to price between these two, it is like the biblical gap between heaven and hell. They are nowhere close. If this is something that can significantly affect your decision, do let us know in the comments. When the Google Home Mini was first released in 2017, it hovered around $49. This stayed and was still considered a reasonable price until the Nest Mini came to push it to the back. Google had to reduce the price by $10 to make room for the sales and push of the new device. Currently, you can get a Google Home Mini at a starting price of $25 and up. The new Echo Show 15, on the other hand, is the pricier one, and it stretches the current price of the Google Home Mini by nothing short of a whopping $200. At $249, it places a demand on a tough decision on the value for money between the two devices. Both have something to offer and are at their price worth, and which one you go for is really of your preference and consideration. But you might want to hold on with that decision though, because our last feature review might tip the scale for you. While you think about that, I highly recommend you subscribe to our channel, because we have so much to tell you about the newest updates and tech coming up, as well as relevant reviews. Subscribe today so you don't miss out. Functions. To talk of the functions of both devices would mean referring to their primary assistance technology directly. The battle between Google Assistant and Alexa. So is the Google Assistant of 2017 better than the Alexa of 2021? Don't be quick to judge. You may be surprised. But before we get into all that, it is essential to note that Google has improved a lot in the virtual assistant department since that time, although Amazon's Alexa has also not slackened. For instance, Alexa beats Google Assistant in smart home compatibility, music service selection, location triggers, and dynamic voice tones. The Google Assistant also tops Alexa in excellent Google account integration, real-time language translation, multitasking, and intuitive in-app smart home controls. All the features of Alexa mentioned here are what it currently offers, and so naturally fall under what the new Echo Show 15 pampers its users with. Add its visual and voice ID features, as well as its customizable widgets, and you have yourself a formidable device. You should check out this video on exciting ways to use the Echo Show 15. Meanwhile, the Google Home Mini also has a lot to offer, although certain features, such as its tap to activate assistant, have been permanently disabled. Nonetheless, It can give you quick news updates and entertain your kids for hours with a bedtime story when you set up an account for them using the Family Link feature. It can also help you sleep and learn to speak your language, including Japanese, Italian, Swedish, and Spanish, apart from English, of course. You will be sorted out with a simple "Hey Google" or "Okay, Google," followed by the request or command. Sound. The Echo Show 15 setup uses 1.6-inch speakers that do justice to Alexa's voice output and sound for when you are watching videos, although its music output is not the most excellent out there, especially if it lacks bass. Notwithstanding, you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker for your phone or tablet, or connect to a third-party speaker. The Google Home Mini uses a 40mm driver for sound output. That's about the kind of sound you get from large headphones. That's not much to work with, but it's nothing that cannot be corrected with a Bluetooth connection to better speakers or your soundbar, where you will immediately recognize a better sound variance and increased richness. As one reviewer put it, there's a hint of bass that might be less punchy, but still enjoyable. You can't expect much from a donut after all. Now let's make this easy. Give us a thumbs up if you root for the new Echo Show 15 and a thumbs down if you are for the Google Home Mini. See you in the next video.